While originally planning this episode, I was only going to cover one topic. That topic was AI, and why I don't think it is good enough to replace humans. Whether it will ever be good enough to truly replace humans is up for debate, but that's besides the point. The more I waited to do this episode, the more I saw things I wanted to discuss. So at this point, this video is not dedicated to just AI, but also The Simpsons, specifically Lisa the Tree Hugger episode, the environment, some changes I have observed with Rick and Morty, and moral outrage. With that being said, I'm not an expert, I'm not a journalist, I'm not a scientist, and this is all just my opinion on what I have observed. Now, let's begin. I don't believe AI is good enough to replace us, and I think you can look to media to see why. Every depiction of the future that features AI or robots makes them too human. Sure, there are voice effects or a more monotonous way of speaking, but they always have human feelings and human reasoning. The state robots and AI are currently in is that without a brain. If you ask AI to do something, as long as it meets the guidelines, it will do it, even though it can't explain it. Its explanation is based on the learning it has done from humans. Humans do learn from being told things, but more human learning is done by doing than by just listening. Our ancestors and their ancestors had to do and record for us to be able to do what we do today. AI and robots can use human knowledge to just do things, make a few attempts, and eventually succeed. Think about every depiction of robots and AI. A human created that. A human often acted that. Humans with our feelings and our own moral compass that may slow or stop us. We depicted robots and gave them feelings they can't have. We gave them reasoning. Robots and AI don't reason. They don't feel. They just act based on the teachings of humans and their code. Lisa is a vegetarian. The reason she is a vegetarian is because she went to a petting farm, saw a baby sheep or lamb, and was not able to disassociate that lamb from the lamb chop that Marge had cooked. People generally like to bring up the circle of life when debating with a vegetarian or vegan, that lions attack gazelles and zebras, bears eat fish, spiders eat flies, and so on. I would instead like to point out, if tomorrow every single person went vegan, it would change the damage to the environment very little. The damage that has been done to the environment by billionaires and millionaires in private jets flying wherever they need to go, people driving high emissions cars because they can't afford better and need to get to work, workers rushing from A to B in vans and lorries and trucks because they don't want to be replaced by a robot, by their boss who gets paid 10 to 100 times more than they do. That wouldn't change. Land being turned into factories for the creation of food, cars being built, diamonds being mined, coal being burnt, all of that wouldn't change. If you truly care about animals and the environment, your moral outrage is pointed at the wrong people and looking for the wrong solution. The solution is laws that make the cruel treatment of animals illegal. Laws that stop the mistreatment of workers and people, better infrastructure, and laws that stop the rich getting away with what they are getting away with. Lisa's sense of moral outrage, to me, at people living their life with a lack of knowledge that what she is doing, she could also consider bad, is strange. Lisa's shoes seem to be plastic or maybe leather. Her clothes could be cotton or silk. Industries that, as far as I'm aware, don't pay people fairly. Plastic is often made of fossil fuels. Leather is made from cows. And are people not animals? Do they not deserve fair treatment and rights? Even in the episode, Lisa the Tree Hugger, she climbs up a tree with spiked shoes. As far as I understand, Bark is a protective layer that prevents diseases in trees. Any break or crack could make a tree vulnerable. Most people want to live their life and not destroy the planet, and the ones who do the biggest damage are not being stopped. I'm not saying anybody is inherently bad. If you believe you are doing good and right within the law, then keep doing it. I'm just saying, to me, it seems like you stood spraying a fire extinguisher on a small fire when the town behind you is on fire. A moral compass is an odd thing. The placement of it varies from person to person. To some people, you're bad or wrong if you pirate. To other people, it's justified. Your moral compass may agree with mine, or maybe it doesn't. I don't really have much else to add to that. It's more food for thought that, in some areas that aren't covered by law, one person may act differently from another. They may even get annoyed or angered by another person's action if it doesn't meet their moral compass. Well, you made it to the final topic. Rick and Morty has changed recently. The episode descriptions now end with "bro." And it seems they are making episodes from other IPs, which is not a bad thing, just something I noticed. Obviously the entire premise is based off Back to the Future, but even then it was its own thing. Maybe it's because of change in staff, maybe it's just because it's been on for so long. I'm just intrigued to see where it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of my videos, you know what to do. Stay brilliant, and peace.
I feel like it'd be a sin not to mention some of those I consider pure inspiration. Let me hand her a place vernacular that may seem weak, giving you double like I'm pressing E. I'm aware no need to say earth to me. Stage one like Adam and Eve's first degree. I'm deliberate but penniless, no money tree, but I won't sing baby like Sinatra C. These tracks I don't just make up burn them, bro. Gift wrap it tight with a bow, make it shine like I'm putting on the show. I'm gone before the throw, no chance to reload. Pixel by pixel I load up the scene. Old school heart and a new school dream. Bit rate low but the bars still gleam. Big brothers watching democracy.
The Simpsons. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Na 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 na. Okay, I'm gonna go.